everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Papa Powell going on the microphone. Papa Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, chat, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Welcome. I'm a little delayed, not fully prepped because I was talking to a couple people, but shouldn't be that far behind for today. Hopefully I have everything ready for us. No technical issues. If you guys do notice any technical issues, let me know in the chat. But I have a watch list ready. Did not trade today, and I will not be trading tomorrow either. So don't have really much to talk about today. But I think there are a lot of trades to be talked about in general. Lots of movers today. You got some of the large cap stocks moving around. For example, where is it? Google, big drop to the downside. Google at one point, and then that got completely reversed. At one point, the market actually, let me bring in the market charts over here. At one point, the market flushed to the downside because Trump said something about Iran, nuclear, and you got a nuclear move to the downside first, and then a complete V-shaped recovery on the market, and actually closing at a new high a day on the market. So pretty bullish overall. A lot of the big cap stocks too basically did what the market did. Tesla with the insane rally back up to the north side. I mean, what in the world, right? This all happened because of Elon and Trump's weren't friends. All of this happened because Elon and Trump's were friends. So what happens next? I'm not even sure. Although you could say that, all of this down move was kind of fugazi. It was just nonsense. Just because Elon and Trump are no longer friends doesn't mean the company's fundamentals are changing. In fact, their fundamentals are changing, but to the better side, to the positive side. I'm seeing a lot of videos on Twitter currently about how Tesla's robo-taxi is kind of all over the place. Not all over the place in a bad way, but all over the place, meaning that it's actually being rolled out in multiple places. Today it was in Dallas, in Austin. People are posting videos about their full self-driving. Robotics is another interesting venture in the future. So this down move was honestly a very easy dip buy for those of you who were interested in it, and the 300 dip buy played out beautifully on Tesla. A nice move back above the 200-day moving average. You could even call this the 200-day undercut and rally. Previously, I was complaining that I didn't get a chance to go long 295, 300. What is my reason to complain now, right? So no reason to complain now. You got the dip buy, you got the 200-day moving average undercut and rally, and potentially going right back up into these prices and higher, as the S&P 500 is only what was it? I measured at one point today. I want to measure it again. Only about 1.6% away from all-time highs. So what a crazy time to be alive. Insane move overall from the Trump tariff conversations. A 25% move from the most recent lows, and all kinds of craziness going across the board in the large cap stocks. You even have some of the small cap stocks going around to the upside. Not that TEM is a small cap, but even small cap stocks joining the party and rallying back up. So market very strong. We had a couple scares about the Iran nuclear or whatever, but those things got completely corrected and pushed right back up to the north side. The fact that the market closed at a new high, broke the most recent range and closed above it, is a very bullish thing overall. So I'm loving the fact that we have a long account, we have a swing account. Even though I didn't trade today on the day trade or on the tomorrow on the day trade, I will be managing my swing trade, which I opened a lot of accounts today. I opened... What is this? Oh, okay. So I opened a lot of positions today, like TEM, SMCI, and I'm trying to remember what other positions I opened. A bunch of other positions I opened, and I'm looking to add on them if they do continue to go higher. So overall, very happy with how the market's reacting, because that's exactly... Oh, UPST was another one, UPST. Overall, loving the fact how the market's reacting, continuing to go upside, because that's potentially going to take some of my positions also to the upside and make some sweet cheddar cheese, baby. That's all the goal is. Make the cheddar cheese. The goal is to not marry these stocks. It's to ride them and walk away. It's a hit and run. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to hit and run and potentially see if we can get lucky with a couple settlements from them too. My buddy just posted Anduril CEO Palmer talking about how they are going to be an IPO. Let's actually watch this. I'm interested in this one. This one's pretty cool. Anduril founder on Trump, on Musk.
Yes, I mean, we've talked about it a number of times, but you know, to get a little more detail today, we are definitely going.
What was the question?
Quickly, Palmer. IPO, is it in the cards?
Yes, I mean, we've talked about...
I mean, we already knew that. We already knew IPO was in the cards. You don't need to ask him that. Moving on from that one, I'm very excited for the Anduril IPO. Tomorrow, we actually have a aerospace and defense, I guess is how I should be putting it. Aerospace and defense company IPOing tomorrow. A $400 million company, or offer amount, I should say, not company. $400 million offer amount. We'll do a little bit more deep dive into them, a little bit more research onto exactly what this company does, and see if there's opportunities tomorrow. At the time being, the space technology, the space sector, for example, RKLB, is completely... Oh, never mind. Oh, what happened to RKLB today? Holy smokes, RKLB got smoked, and I guess I'm happy that you know, I got pushed out of my position somewhere over here, and I was pretty sour that the way it bounced from this area, but looks like the seller in this area is still pretty adamant, and they pushed RKLB straight back to the downside. But the aerospace and defense sector is very much in play at the moment. You're watching Trump talk about drones, Trump talk about Mars, Moon, Elon Musk talk about Mars, so very much in play sector. And with Voyager, who's IPOing tomorrow, we gotta keep keep an eye out for that. Regardless of it being in the aerospace and defense sector or not, just the fact that it was an IPO, or it is an IPO, sorry, should automatically put it on the watch list, because we do have a recent IPO that went absolutely batshit crazy. That's Circle, also on the watch list for tomorrow. Really quickly, I want to go check out what our good friends over at Centerpoint Clear Street got us hooked up with on the top 10 movers of the day. So apparently GME moving to the downside because they reported earnings. Smucker's Jam, SJM, I noticed they dropped big time today. So maybe we'll have to read their earnings report. I did not read their report, so I have no clue what happened, but I do know that they flushed down. Tesla up 5% after the, we just talked about it not too long ago. Up 5% after Austin's official DMV website listed the company as an official operator of autonomous vehicles. That is bullish. So that's probably why you're seeing Tesla go up today. I kind of had a feeling that Tesla was going up because of all of these non-stop videos that are rolling out on Twitter, but on top of that, you actually have a solid catalyst over here that the Austin official DMV website is now listing Tesla as an operator of autonomous vehicle. That's very, very bullish overall if you ask me. Intel up 7% on no news. I did see Intel pop up because my old trading buddy Neil posted his chart today, and I saw that he got stopped out of a short. I think he got stopped out off a short, and it was on Intel. Intel was blasting off, so I didn't really spend the time to look at why Intel was doing what it did, but hey, it's going up. Although several companies in the AI space exhibited strength on Tuesday amid the US-China trade talk. So I guess just most AI chip names in general pushed up, and Intel happened to be one of them, but that was a pretty big move on Intel late in the day. WBD, Warner Brother Discovery, up 5% as Guggenheim is this WBD? Is this Warner Brother Discovery, or is that Walgreens? Walgreens should be WBA, so WBD should be Warner Brother Discovery. It is. So up 5%. If I remember correctly, WBD I'm gonna say Walgreens. Warner Brothers Discovery also announced that they're going to be splitting the company apart, the streaming and the TV or the movie services. I'm not sure if that's how they're planning to do it, but I know they're gonna at least put the streaming services on a completely different umbrella. They're gonna just completely separate the two businesses, but they'll still be the same business at the end of the day. But for investors, you're going to be able to choose which side of the business you want to put more money into, and maybe that will be the debt to cable. That will be the eventual debt to cable, as more money will be pulled out of one and then maybe dumped into the streaming side. That's just my guess on how Warner Brother Discovery is going to end up playing out. But at the end of the day, it's still one big company. It's like GE and GEV. They just gonna separate the company's internal affairs and allow investors to maybe, I'm not sure if Discovery is actually going to be a complete different company to invest through on the public market, but if they do, then it'll be kind of like GE, GEV. If they don't, then it'll be kind of like Ford, where they are going to separate it, but for investing, it doesn't make any difference. It's still Ford is Ford, right? So we'll see how that one plays out down the road. QBTS down 5% after signing an agreement. So QBTS taking a little bit of a beating. I get pretty sure that was an offering. Circle down, makes sense. Circle was ridiculously high not too long ago. So Circle needs to be pulled back. Google up 1% after it tapped OpenAI for cloud deal, according to Reuters. Is that how you say it? Reuters? Anyways, pretty surprising that Google has to tap into OpenAI. Don't you have Gemini? Don't you have your own AI service, which is supposed to be better than Microsoft? But apparently not, because now you're having to lean on Google. Now you're having to now you're having to lean on Microsoft, tap into the OpenAI capabilities that, I shouldn't say Microsoft, having to tap into OpenAI and having to lean on their capabilities because maybe your software is not good enough. enough. Anyways, at the end of the day, partnership is a good thing for Google because that just means more opportunities to make their product better. And if they want to make their product better, me as their product user, Team Pixel baby, will obviously be happy seeing that play out. Last two stocks today on the list of stocks over here. CZR, I don't even know what stock that is. I'll be honest with you. CZR, what the hell is this? Caesars Entertainment. Ooh, casino, gambling. I should be knowing this. I don't know why I forgot what CZR is, but probably because, hey, look how shit of a stock this is. But CZR moving up to the north side, I don't think it matters at all. INOD down 11% after Meta announced it bought Scale.io. I'm not sure what INOD has to do with Scale.io. Maybe Meta was in talks to buy out INOD, or maybe Scale AI actually does what INOD does, and the fact that they bought Scale AI means INOD just got screwed over maybe in some sort of a way. This is also giving me the same kind of memory bank of what's that one stock, SoundHound maybe? I think it was SoundHound, where Nvidia announced that they're no longer owning SoundHound in their portfolio, and SoundHound flushed to the downside big time ever since. It is now looking a lot better for sure. You know, it's giving you a nice little base above the 200-day moving average, good little possible support for an eventual breakout to the upside for those of you who still believe in the SoundHound thesis. But overall, that's what the idea looks like. It's like, okay, we no longer own INOD. That's not what they're saying, but they're saying that, hey, we don't think we'll be buying INOD because we bought Scale AI, and that's what the investors are possibly using as a rationality to sell the position to the downside. So clearly down move over here on INOD, but however, I don't think it'll be a trade for tomorrow for us to keep an eye on. I did forget to take a look at GitLab and PLAY. So we do have some names over here reporting earnings. I forgot to I'll be honest, I forgot to take a look at the earnings board today. So we're going to have to add some stocks over here, possibly only 3 rows, starting with GME, GTLB, and what was the last one? Dave & Buster's. Well, you can play with me. All right, so let's start with earnings basket, I guess. The earnings basket is brought to you by Benzinga. If you guys are interested in this awesome software, do go check out in the description. All of my affiliate sponsors are all the links below in the description, but Benzinga is sponsoring this earnings segment. So check out awesome tool Benzinga, where not only for news, but also for scanning, charting, AI tools, and so on, available on their platform. Reported today overall, GME, where are we? 732.4 versus 754, so missing revenue. Earnings 17 cents per share, beating estimates of 4 cents per share. Not bad. Total revenue down 17% year over year. Hardware and accessories, software, collectibles, and revenue. GameStop ended the period with $6.4 billion in cash. How much of that went into Bitcoin? I would love to know that. Was approximately down 3% year to date. This doesn't really matter to me. I want to see where the... oh, there we go. Purchased 4,710 Bitcoin between May 3rd and June 10th using cash. Not bad. So I wonder how much of this is actual liquid cash and how much of this is actual Bitcoin. Because somewhere between this period, obviously you can do the math and reverse engineer it yourself. You can get the average price of the stock or Bitcoin between May 3rd to June 10th. Figure out what the average price is and figure out what the overall cost basis is for their Bitcoin, and you'll know how much they have cash on hand and so on. I'm not willing to do all that math at the moment. I can do that later on. But for those of you who are interested, go ahead and do that math for yourself. I am disappointed that I don't see the guidance report. Did they even guide for the next quarter, or did they just say we're not gonna give the guidance because of the tariffs? Meh. If they did do something like that, then I would just possibly keep an eye out for the short side on GME tomorrow. Even though Bitcoin does look like it wants to break out and go back to the all-time high, which in in relation should help out GME go up too, because if Bitcoin's going higher, Tesla, GME, any company who claims to have Bitcoin on their books should see a little bit of leeching and a little bit of sympathy move coming to them. But purely off of the earnings move over here, they're declining 17% year over year. As long as the stock stays below that most recent last week low that I just marked up, I'm pretty sure that's last week's low. That's last 2 weeks low, but it's pretty much in line with last week low. So last week Thursday and last 2 weeks ago off May 30th on the Friday, lining up with the pretty same number. It's around $29-30. So ideally I would like to see the stock around 29 and being weak around 29 for me to go short. If the stock is holding above 29, above 30, I'm not really interested on a day trade short at that point, because it's like, hey, you tried to break the support area and you didn't break the support area. So would I be trying to force the short if the stock is holding above 29, above 30? I think not. So I'll be very careful, looking for the extended move until it looks weak below 29 for me. GTLB, you guys know how much I love GTLB. Let's see if one of my most favorite names out there, I don't even know why it's my favorite name, it's just a company that I've previously used, so I enjoy looking at the stock quite often. Sadly, I don't own the stock in my portfolio and haven't owned it for a long time. GTLB reported 17 cents per share, beating estimates of 15 cents per share, 214.51 versus 213.16. Customers more than 5,000 reaching to up 13%. Customers more than 100,000 reaching up to 26%. Dollar-based net retention rate was 122%. All things are looking good to me. First quarter results underscore the power of AI native DevSecOps. That's basically DevOps for anyone wondering, like servers and so on. Platform to help customers deliver mission critical software. We are giving every developer AI-driven edge they need to innovate faster and more efficiently. As AI transform develop, okay, more AI talk in general. See second quarter EPS of 16 to 17 versus 16, so that's in line. 226 versus 227 versus 227.16. Also basically in line slash a little bit of a miss, I guess. And the stock at the time of the report is down 11%. Not looking good over there for my friends at GitLab. GitLab getting smoked to the downside in the after hours. It's already below its 200-day moving average, so continuing to stay weak. I think couple basic levels over here would be that 44, and the next one would be somewhere into $40 and then 37.90, or you can just say 38. So a couple levels to keep an eye out for. If the stock is not able to get above 44.50 tomorrow, it's just a no-brainer short. They did grow from what I remember reading. They are growing on all aspects, but still not really looking too hot, right? It's only making 16 cents per share, missing revenue most likely for the next quarter, and the market not appreciating them at all. So would love to see how pops react on the pop into 44.50. If the stock can find some selling, I think there is a short opportunity over there to take advantage for on the day trade. PLAY. I know Play made a pop yesterday before the earnings report even came out. So today you did a little bit of a higher move. You did manage to stay above yesterday's high. And here's the after hour move. Initial drop and then a pop to the upside. So Dave & Buster's pretty bullish move here in the after hours. I want to see maybe somebody knew something yesterday and that's why the stock moved higher. Let's go read the report a little bit deeper here to see exactly what happened. 567 versus 574, that's a miss. 76 versus 98, that's also a miss. Decreased 3.5% year over year, that's a miss. As comparable store sales, which is same store sales, fell by 8.3%. Dave & Buster said it experienced a sequential improvement in the company's store sales since February. That doesn't look like it did. Company opened 2 new Dave & Buster stores. I mean, I haven't been in Dave & Buster's in God knows how long, so I'm not sure if this company is going to be alive for too long. I'm pleased to report that we're making good progress. That's not good progress. But however, the stock did continue to go higher in the after hours. So I mean, who am I to? I'm not an analyst. I'm just a day trader. I'm just a monkey brain day trader. I'm not an analyst. And if the stock is holding above its most recent highs that it created, like yesterday and today, then I can't really, argue with that. The stock is now above the 200-day moving average, and it's trying to stay above the 200-day moving average. So if as long as it's above 27.50, just don't fight the shorts. But if it does show you some weakness below 27 tomorrow, I think there could be something there to keep an eye on. But I don't think Dave & Buster's is going to be a high priority name for me tomorrow at all. Granted, we have some heavy hitters tomorrow to keep an eye on instead. So let's go to the bigger, better names to talk about. Starting with Circle. Recent IPO, big move to the north side, and that was our level right there to keep an eye out for. So now that the stock is below yesterday's low and looking weak below under that, that's a beautiful opening range breakdown short. Okay, that's a beautiful opening range breakdown short. That gave you what? I want to say gave you that's actually a multiple risk to reward. You got, $4 or $5 per share for risking about $1 or $2, so that's not bad at all. Here's a second chance scalp from the SMB Capital boys, and then another second chance scalp from the SMB Capital boys. Tomorrow, I'll say it's going to be somewhere around the $100 under over. If we are able to stay above 100 tomorrow, then you might want to be careful because you could get trapped short on this name. But if 100 starts to loosen up and we are kind of getting ready to also break the $100 area tomorrow, for that you need an intraday pattern, a 5-minute intraday pattern, possibly an opening range breakdown or some sort of a wedge or some sort of a pennant forming into the $100 area, and then it's just screaming short me, I'm gonna break 100. And if it's doing that, then yes, I want to take advantage of it. But if the stock is giving me a better trade, which is it's popping into this 108.50 110 area and it's not able to get above that, then that makes me a lot more excited to get short, because not only am I close to my stop, but it also means that my risk to reward is going to be immense. But for the $100 break tomorrow on CRCL, there's a chances that it breaks 100, goes 102, and then goes to 98 and then pops right back up. So the risk to reward on that, it's very depending on what the market's doing, how many sellers are there in the stock. But if the stock pops into 108, into 110, and is just not able to stay above that tomorrow, that's a much easier short to keep an eye out for. So a couple scenarios what the stock can do, plan them out, plot them out in your head, possibly even do this. Take the screenshot of the stock, hide everything. Nope, okay, fine, you don't want to hide anything, fine, be like that. Hide all your indicators, take the screenshot of the stock, go to Grok or any other AI tool that you're currently using, Perplexity, Grok, I don't know, Cloud, whatever it's called, right? Use your AI tools. What are the permutations for this recent IPO tomorrow for a day trade? Show me all the possible scenarios with percentages, entry, exit, stop in a table. So let this bad boy do some work over there. And, we're just going to have to correct it a little bit. Sometimes it does hallucinate. You know, it takes random numbers. For example, it took a high of 134. It's a high of 138. Low of 64. You got that one right. 9.34% change down from the last time. Yep, that sounds about right. Since the previous close, since I cannot perform real time. Okay, so decently enough, we're gonna let it slide. Say that 134 is the high, even though the high is 138. We're gonna let that slide for now. Usually, I would not let that slide. I would correct the stock on, or sorry, the AI on the exact high and so on, because you want exact information overall. But here's all the possible scenarios for the day trade: entry price, exit price, bearish reversal, entry price 105, target 90, stop loss 110. Did I not say 110? Possible gain, possible stop, range high, range low, consolidation. So a couple scenarios over here, and they kind of match my theory, match my idea of what to expect on the stock. If we are above 110, then you know, fighting for the short on this one is absolutely stupid, if you ask me. Honestly, for above 108 tomorrow, fighting for the short on this one is very stupid. It's just very, very stupid. So be careful on Circle, but the high priority name for sure. Another name, CoreWeave, looks like it's getting ready for a little bit of a sideways flag action and then a breakout. This stock doesn't look like it's done burning the shorts and squeezing to the upside yet. So tomorrow being Wednesday, 1 day closer to the option expiry, which possibly could open up some leakage, some downside. For me, it's still that 150 area, which the stock tried to get below today, and it just just did not do so. I think 149 managed to hold. Let me just quickly zoom in. What was today's low? 149 exactly. So 149 managing to hold, and it instantly popped back above 150, and that is going to be the level possibly to keep an eye on. I'm not going to do anything with CoreWeave. The chances are I'm just going to let it slide and move around by itself. I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably not going to do much with CoreWeave because Circle, Palantir, and some of the other names over here that I'm going to talk about look much better for a setup tomorrow anyways. Moving on to the next one, as I already mentioned, Palantir. Let's talk about this bad boy. Palantir looks like it's very, very close to breaking out from that 135.50 highs and launch to the upside. Given that the market is only 1.6% from the S&P, that's the S&P 500, only 1.65% away from the all-time high. QQQ is even less than that. QQQ is now 1% away from the all-time high. So given that, if the markets do break ATH and keep on running, I wouldn't be surprised if Palantir, which was the most loved stock of the market into the rally, and the one stock that didn't really get smoked at all on pullbacks, I'm expecting that one to have the most bullish rally, the most bullish momentum to the upside. So watch Palantir for the swing trade, for the day trade above 135.50. 135.50. It's basically 135, 135.50. So watching that area, how it behaves on Palantir. Robinhood, I do hate the fact that we are slowing down a little bit. Granted, the S&P 500 is not adding Robinhood just yet to their index, but this is still a breakout. There's nothing wrong with this breakout until it goes back below 67 and looks weak. So I'm not sure if I want to be over managing this position. I already got baited into over managing this position on the swing account a little bit. So for now, I'm just going to let it slide. I did add back the shares that I took off on this position. So I'm just going to let it slide, let it do its thing. If it goes back below 67, then you know what? I'm wrong. I'll move on with the loss. For now, I'm in the money and I want to keep riding this name. Quickly want to go take a look at another stock that I bought not too long ago, RDW. That pulled back quite hard today. Not a fan of that pullback. PL, another name that I bought around $4.50. That pulled back quite hard today. It's now testing the 5-day moving average. I don't like that. So testing the 5-day moving average and actually getting back under the Bollinger Band highs. So not looking the best, but still, it's a stock that recently gapped up. Let it trade sideways, let it go move around a little bit, and then we can worry about it after. Ooh, Elf Beauty looking like it's getting ready for a breakout itself. I sadly am running out of buying power on this swing account. So I'm not sure I'll be able to put myself into Elf Beauty, but for sure keep an eye on that one too. Let me just put in Elf Beauty 120, and I'm expecting support to show up at 115 and 108 if I remember correctly. Yep, 115, 108, 120, 122. 120 to 121 basically is where I want to see support being built into Elf. Today you could say it had a failed breakout to the upside. Coming back to Robinhood, I'm not sure I want to do anything with this on the swing or on the day. If it does push back under 67, I'll take that loss and I'll move on. SMCI, I did start a little bit on the swing account, and it makes me very happy when the boys over at where are they? Oh, they actually followed me. Let's go. When the boys over at Revere Asset, a really esteemed level asset managers who are very, very open. They are so transparent about exactly what they're doing daily on their portfolios. They post their YouTube video every single day, so go check them out. I love watching Revere Asset videos on my way home because, you know, it's like a little summary for myself, and I get to basically spew out everything I listen from their streams onto my stream and look smart too, right? But overall, coming to SMCI, it makes me very happy to see that the Revere boys are also taking a look at SMCI, because I bought some SMCI last night. Granted, I was out of the money today a little bit, so that was a little sad. The stock is yet to break from the little trend line that I drew. It has a little base over here too, also holding above the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is now turning from a big incline down slope to a little bit more flatter ground, and then potentially to a upslope. And if we've seen what SMCI has done previously, I want to be situated a little bit for that possible move. So watching how SMCI will behave on a possible breakout. Someone on that post though did mention Nick Schmidt, another legendary Twitter account. Go follow all these accounts that I mentioned. These are accounts that I follow that teach me how to trade. So if I'm teaching you how to trade, then you at the very least should be following the people I follow, so you can learn also. So Nick Schmidt, another great account that you should be following without a doubt, said brought up a very good point that you know, SMCI needs to be accumulating on the weekly and not just on the daily. So for now, it's doing so in my opinion on both. You got a little base on the weekly, you got a bigger base on obviously the daily. And if that base looks good, the bigger the base, the higher in space. So let's see if we do get the takeoff on SMCI. If SMCI does start to trade above 44, I think that's also a trigger for the day trade. So watching how this one sets up. If you guys remember yesterday's stream, a lot of these levels are exactly the same from yesterday. Not a lot of change over there. So watching SMCI, Apple managed to stay above 200, but I don't think it will be able to stay above 200 for too long. So set your alerts. Make sure that you know, you are prepared for whenever Apple is breaking that $200 area. And I'm gonna actually need to do every time, that way the alert doesn't delete when Apple goes 200 and never really breaks it. Nice little dip buy on Amazon. I added to my Amazon position today. The market scare shaked up the overall positions, and Amazon pushed right back into the yesterday's breakout level, but managed to bounce right off that breakout level. So I added to my Amazon account today, looking for Amazon to, you know, rally. This is one of the biggest names in the world. If the China tariff situation is no longer an issue, you've heard my good friend Michael Noss say, buy smiley faces, sell frowny faces. Well, guess what? The frowny face is turning into a double smiley face at the moment, and we are getting a nice breakout, support on the pullback, and a potential rally high. higher. So if market's going higher, Amazon, baby, keep an eye on this one for sure. Google with its news catalyst, and also if very Amazon looking breakout today. So today would be another reason to buy Google. I'm just a little hesitant on buying Google at the moment, but I am watching it for sure. Microsoft, Microsoft has been hanging out into the all-time high area, waiting for the market to catch up. And now that the market's catching up, I think Microsoft is very primed to go for a leg number 2, leg number 3. Sadly, we didn't really trade sideways for too long, but this is a nice slow stair step back up. We are, how far away from the 50-day moving average are we? Right here. So 50-day and the 200-day moving average are only 12% away on Microsoft as it's at all-time high. So a breakout above 473.50, 474 as the market's breaking out and going higher also. Wouldn't that just be the easiest long to keep an eye on? If the market's green tomorrow and if the market's closer to all-time high and going higher, I'm pretty sure Microsoft's going to be above 474.50, and if Microsoft's above 473.50, if Microsoft's above that area, then you just buy dips non-stop. Just buy dips all day and enjoy the rally on the stock as long as the market keeps going higher. So watching Microsoft for sure for a day trade. Meta, I told you that pullback on Meta didn't even matter. It's insignificant, and a nice little move back up again. I mean, buying Meta in the 500s would have been awesome. Sadly, I didn't even fund my swing account back then. I funded my swing account somewhere around this area and missing out on a beautiful run. I'm not really day trading Meta. It's a $700 name. It's an expensive stock. The liquidity sucks. It's spready sometimes, so I'm just not gonna bother with Meta for a day trade. If I do want to day trade large cap stocks, I'm just gonna go trade Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, market, right? So it just doesn't make sense to bother with bother with Meta for me. Tesla, obviously on watch. Don't ask me what I'm expecting from it because there's just way too much craziness going on in the name. Overall, bullish without a doubt, right? It's hard to be bearish when the stock just bounced from a move below a 200-day and a right back pop through 200 days. So it's hard to be bearish on something like that. Ideally, you want to see the stock above this day high, whatever that high is, 324.55. I'll be surprised if today we're around that area. Pretty sure we are around that area, right? There you go. So if the stock is above 324, 325 tomorrow, there is no shorts. But if we're not able to find buying above 324, 325, there is no long. So that's going to be the inflection level for me on Tesla. Chances are I'm not going to be doing too much on Nvidia. However, if it does start looking like a breakout above 145, I for sure want to be interested on that one. Bitcoin, yeah, it's going back up to the 100K and trying to break out to a new all-time high. So that means you're going to get some opportunities on Coinbase, on IBIT, on MSTR. I actually like MSTR here. If it does manage to get above this day's high, which is 392, so getting above 392 and showing support above 392 could be a decent day trade, but also could be a swing trade. I'm not sure if that's something to keep an eye on. That kind of would be basically undercutting the earnings VWAP and then reclaiming the earnings VWAP. So that's the dotted white line on my chart. If they do reclaim the earnings VWAP and start building some support above 392, then I think in this area could be something for a swing trade, given that the market being Bitcoin is going back higher. I talked about TEM yesterday on stream. I actually bought this name today in my account, so getting ready to add to my name in case we do get that 72 breakout. This is the Pelosi stock, and you never go against Pelosi. So joining the party. I missed the party the first time. Let's see if I can join the party the second time. So Tempest, I started somewhere around 68-ish. Would have loved to start 66, obviously, but started around 68. Would love to see if I can add on the move above 71 and 70 and so on. UPST, I started around 56, 57, and would love to see how far this stock can go. Currently looking pretty bullish to me, you know, above the earnings VWAP, above all moving averages that I care about at least, and breaking out and looking strong. So let's see how UPST can behave. Shopify, that breakout looks imminent. This could even happen tomorrow. Am I using that term correctly? I don't care. 112.50. Shopify looks like it could very well break out tomorrow and run up to the north side. I already have an alert there set up for myself. This is for the swing and this is for the day trade. So I'm gonna need this bad boy hooking me up with the fat gains. This is the Canadian stock, so I'm gonna actually probably buy this on the Canadian markets itself. Let me see what the price is in Canada. On the TSX, it is around $150. That's Canadian rubles for those of you in America. The Canadian rubles, basically 2 pennies per American dollar. I'm going to have to buy it around 150, 140. But for you guys in America, you're going to be able to do it right around 112 and 113. So if Shopify breaks out of that one, keep an eye out for that. Another one that I'm going to point out for you is Dell. Dell breaking out above 117 is going to be, in my opinion at least, monumental because their earnings report was pretty decent. I like their earnings report. If Dell can show me a breakout above 117, I would love it. For now, it's not really doing what I wanted to because I'm already in the name. Last but not least, this is actually a day trade. This stock I called out yesterday and it did exactly as planned. If you watched the stream last night, I told you to keep an eye on this stock for the open. I told you to keep an eye out for the 102 level for the open. Look how the stock runs into 102, rejects that area, and sells right back. You could have potentially, let me open it in a little bit of a clear chart for you guys to see. You could have taken that short somewhere right here, 101.70 with the stop at 102.30, 102.50. Right on that follow through back to the downside. You could have also taken the opening range breakdown right here or here somewhere in this area and risked this candle high. So nice little opening range breakdown. You got the second chance scalp also coming into play, and this is all from a very simple idea, earnings thesis, but not really an earnings day 2 or day 3 play. This is earnings like 2-week play, right? The fact that this name reported a decent earnings report, tried to create a base, failed to create the base properly, and now breaking under. If today the stock managed to get back above this base low, then that would be a failed breakdown. But if it didn't manage to get back above that range low and continues to go lower, then that is a successful breakdown, and sellers are now selling under this level. Basically what you want to see to get short for a day trade. So if this stock tomorrow is continuing to stay weak below 102 on pops, I am interested, but ideally the stock is not even above 100 tomorrow in pre-market. So it's below 100 already, and I'm going to look for a pop into 100, into 99, into 98 to get short into on this name, and look for that continuation ride. You can look at this as day 1, this as day 2, and then tomorrow as day 3. So keeping an eye for that breakdown continuation after earnings report on OKTA. Ideally, don't want to see it above 100. Again, just repeating myself for those of you who didn't pay attention. Don't want to see above 100. If it stays above 100, I don't want to stay above 102. 102 is my final line in the sand where I'm okay with shorting this name. Hi, Prad. Great show today. Very informative. Thanks. No problem, big dog. And Mott, dude, you work with Live Trader TV by Live? Yes, I did. She needs him to confirm it's Shein IPO back on ice. Why Shein IPO? He's not the CEO for Shein, is he? That's hilarious. Reuters. Is that how you say it? Reuters. I thought it was Reuters. Reuters, R-E-U-T-U-R. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Reuters. Okay. Reuters, got it. I know, but the Oilers need some energy, Prad. Prad rooted for the Maple Leafs. I mean, I'm gonna root for the Maple Leafs till the death of me, cause you know, I have to. It's Legion. I can't just abandon my state, my province. I can't. Holy smokes! Wait, that was today? Oh, that was yesterday. Damn, 6-1. Holy! Don't tell me Florida wins again. The last thing I want to see is Florida winning. I at least make a Canadian team win, you know? We need the Oilers some energy. We need Oilers pump over here. Let's go Oilers. Dun, 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 dun. We need some Oilers pump for sure. Is that you in the meme? You lost some hair. No. I'm trying something new with the thumbnails. I'm trying not to use my face as much because clearly people are not clicking the thumbnails with my face in it. So I'm trying not to use my face as much. We'll see how it works out in the near future. Good evening, Prad. I always got time out of my busy schedule for your show. John, I love you, big dog. You know it. You know I love you, John. Thank you for the smash and the like. Thank you for coming in daily. Diter's in the house. Buddha's in the house. TH in the house. We even got Barky. And it can't be Barkit in the house without a stock. So let's go take a look at Barkit's mention over here. He's talking about... Ooh, I remember this name. Wait, do I remember this name? Did I mention NBIS to you last time? I think you called out NBIS and I told you a couple scenarios to the long side, and it looks like it's playing out, right? It looks like the long scenario is playing out. It looks like you're making some money if you followed your boy TraderPrad. Looking good, man. Looking good. What did you want on this one? Could you revisit NBIS for your expert TA? Ooh, calling me an expert TA is kind of crazy, but I'll take it. Thank you for the kind words. What do I see on this stock now? I mean, honestly, I see extended. Maybe not like extended for the long term. I see extended for the short term. I think buying long now is a little crazy. Ideally, you want to see the stock go sideways a little bit more in this area. Even if it does pull back to the halfway point that I mentioned about. If I remember correctly, it was this $46 area. If the stock was able to get above 46, I like the long. If it's below 46, then I think the long is still fine as long as it stayed above 43. I'm trying to remember what I said, and actually, I even have one of these lines still drawn in from my last time talking about it. So yeah, I'm anticipating the 50-day moving average to get pulled up into $40. That means if I'm anticipating the 50-day moving average to go up that high, that means the stock has a lot more room to the upside. It doesn't mean that it has to go like that, right? It doesn't have to just keep on ripping to the upside. It could even just trade sideways slowly, and that will catch this to the upside, right? So couple scenarios over here. Either this happens and then this follows through, or you actually do get that crazy you actually get that you actually get that crazy upside move, and then the thing also catches up, but it catches up more aggressively. So a couple scenarios over there. I also want to go check out NBIS on my other tool over here. Let me turn on a couple of my indicators. Let me turn that one on too, see how it looks over here. Looks like one of my indicators is saying that there is a lot of resistance levels on NVIDIA over here. You can see pivot points from TradingView already showing you where some of the pivot points could be, where some of the possible resistance levels could be. And this one special indicator, honestly, it's a special indicator created from my friends over at Think with Bookmap. They are a streamer on YouTube. Go check them out. I haven't really used this indicator to my fullest extent, so don't ask me exactly what it's doing or how it works, but I just turned it on to see how it would look like for you. More importantly, this is what I wanted to see. How many ATRs is this position away from its 50-day moving average? And it is currently 11 ATRs away from its 50-day moving average. That's a little extended. So that this comes back to my same topic from before. This is a little extended. This is not the time to initiate a new trade. This is the time to protect your profits, take profits on pops, and buy the dips, right? Take profits on tops, buy the dips, and then if the stock starts to create a flag, a channel to the sideways, then that is basically opportunities for people to join the trend, basically add to the trade, or join the stock from not being able to have it down here. For example, me not having it down over here. If I see the stock creating a nice flag in this area, I am interested on taking that flag breakout, because that means buyers are stepping up in this area, and I can use those buyers as my stop, and I can use these sellers as a crack to get long, and their stops get broken out for me to get that momentum up. So a couple ideas over there brewing on NBIS for the near future. If you don't have a long already, this is not the time to start the long. This is the time to protect your profits. If you are already long, you know what to do. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at? If not, then I think it's time to head over to the IPO calendar, which we already know is just one stock to keep an eye out for. Wrong, 2 stocks to keep an eye out for. Man, I'm not even trading tomorrow. It's gonna suck watching these 2 IPOs come out and move around without me. I have to take my dog to the vet with my dad. He has some, I don't know, some sort of skin issues on his underbelly, so I want to go get that checked out with my doctor. My doctor's number right here. Go check the. Maybe I should have flashed that on the screen. My doctor's number. Got an appointment booked out, so gotta go check out Coco. See, hopefully that little poor boy is fine. He's been acting weird lately. He's getting old too, chat. It's been breaking my heart. It makes my heart hurt watching my dog do weird stuff because he's getting old. And the scratches, yes, he scratched the shit out of my leg today too, and my shoulder yesterday. I'm convinced it was him on the shoulder yesterday. But no, I love the dog. I love my doggo. And hence tomorrow I might not be able to trade. Hopefully I get back home on time where I still find some opportunities to make money on the IPO or whatever, but it's gonna suck to watch them move around without me. However, 12th of June, we're in June, right? 12th of June, on Thursday, we have more IPOs and bigger IPOs. So more interesting IPOs coming out on the 12th of June. For that, tune in tomorrow after hours and we'll talk about them. Last part of the stream over here would be the econ calendar, but let's actually do the econ calendar and then we'll finish off with the Voyager IPO and call it for the night. Tomorrow's econ calendar is busy. Oh no, it's CPI day tomorrow. I'm gonna miss out on probably the best day on the market. Imagine CPI comes out good. If CPI comes out good, market's breaking all-time high tomorrow in pre-market. I don't know if it's going to, stay green, but I can tell you it is going up to all-time high tomorrow if the market reports good CPI. If we don't get a good CPI, then for sure we're flushing back down, right? But if good, oh boy. However, I'm going to be trading my swing account anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be positioning myself in the swing account and dancing at the vet while my dog is getting probably needles and injections. I'm going to be dancing at the vet for how good my portfolio is doing, but it's going to suck for not being able to take advantage on the day trade tomorrow with the amount of stuff that's coming out. But I hope you guys take advantage of it, and hopefully this stream over here gave you some ideas, brewing some thesis, some concepts for you to possibly pull off tomorrow and take advantage of. How will Wall Street's taco theory meet CPI reality? I love it. I love it. How will the Trump always chicken out theory meet the CPI reality? Maybe I should start using these things as my titles for YouTube. That would be so much better and probably bring in some more clicks. Anyways, you guys can see right here, that's important. Besides CPI, you have the 10-year auction note. That's also important. That's at 1 o'clock. So make sure that you are staying tuned to the Econ Calendar Times. Lastly, the Voyager IPO. Let's go read about exactly what this company does. Actually, I'm going to ignore what the reading is, and I'm just going to go off the top from my research. The company is an aerospace and defense company, as I previously mentioned. They are planning to create the new space station, Voyager Technologies. They're planning to create the new space station, the ISS, which is now decommissioned. They're trying to replace that with the Star Lab or something like that. They're also planning to create the first hub where other people can. Here we go. Star Lab, a US-led joint venture between Voyager, Airbus, Mitsubishi. That's basically France, America, Japan, and MDA Space. I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing that's Europe, but Airbus is basically Europe, right? Will serve as the global space agencies and companies will while ensuring continued human presence in the low Earth orbit and overall blah blah blah, bunch of big words over there being thrown around. If I remember correctly, where is Bishop Airlock? Huh, okay. I mean, I don't even know if they've had anything sent to the space before. But you know, it sounds like they're a real company because I did do some research on them. I pulled up Grok. Obviously, this is how everyone does research these days. I pulled up Grok. I pulled up some stats on this now on the stock. This is not it right here. Pulled up some information on this company. I asked Grok if they are even legit, if they're legitimate to begin with, and they are a legitimate company. I asked them what contracts and partnerships they have. Here are some of the contracts they have: Lockheed Martin, Air Force, NASA, however you want to say it, U.S. General Services and Administration, other defense contracts. How many contracts have they completed? They've completed 2,000 commercial contracts before, or overall 2,000 contracts in general. They have a $46 billion contract with the U.S. Air Force. They have a big contract with the NASA for the space station. So I mean, this is a legitimate company. This is not a random BS. What's that company? Virgin Galactic. This is not a random BS Virgin Galactic. This is a legitimate company that could have actual meaning to the aerospace and defense and the space exploration, a theme that has been very much in play with RKLB, with SpaceX, with Blue Origin, and with LUNR and so on. So very excited for this IPO tomorrow. I'm not sure if they even have any growth to even display, because like how do you grow? I don't know. Well, we'll see in a second. Enterprise value 1.5 billion. No PE expected. Yep, no PE. How much debt do you have currently? Okay, 100 million in debt as expected. I mean, it's not cheap to send stuff into space, right? So as expected, they actually are growing. 136, 144, 148. So revenue does seem to be growing year over year. Not bad. And obviously we know that they are closing contracts and actually delivering on contracts. So looks good. IPO in a good sector, a good company, and all things seem to be fine for me. It's not a random BS small cap Chinese fraudulent company that's gonna open today, do an offering tomorrow, and then delist the other day. So for sure, keep an eye on this one. And that's basically it. I'll leave it on that note. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let me quickly read the chat if there's anything I'm forgetting. Nope, no new messages in chat. So for my 256 viewers that I have, how many other viewers I have, I appreciate you guys coming by daily. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out the links in the description below for all my affiliate sponsors. Thank you to my affiliate sponsors for giving me all of these tools for free, because I actually do need them. I need these softwares to trade daily. So if you want to use the softwares I use to trade daily, click on these links over here. If you want to trade in a Discord server with a multi-millionaire who's teaching me how to swing stocks, then there's a reason why I am way more happier currently than I was last few months ago, because I am a better swing trader than I was the last few months ago. So that's because of Real Simple Ariel. If you are interested in trading with him, with me, and a bunch of other people in that Discord, click on that link over there and join the Discord. It's time for me to go. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Lots of IPOs to talk about, and prayers for my doggo. He's not dying, but he's not doing well. Prayers for my doggo. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Get ready for it. Trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day. So let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.